Hello everyone, welcome to the Android Ride. Let me see that how many people are tuning into this live stream first. As I can see that almost 6 people are watching right now, and it's a very nice thing. I didn't expect 6 people to come right now, so I hope that's a very good start. We're going to do something interesting today. That is going to be we're going to work with the Epoxy, which is basically a library from the Airbnb. If you haven't heard about it, or you may heard about it, there are some stuff just let me tell you. Just open up my browser. So. Um, there is something called a groupie, which is a lot like Epoxy, but I am much more interested in the Epoxy because it supports the paging and all that. But we are not going to talk about this in today's video. We are going to instead show you a very little tricks that you can make your recycler views adapters very beautiful. So let me just check that everything is working or not. As I can see that. Okay, Rakesh Kumar said that hi, good to see, and surely will be quite useful. Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you for commenting on the live chat. I didn't know people will be commenting too. So yeah, it is going great. Thank you so much. So as you can see that, let me just run the application and okay, so this is our application right now. If you are seeing that, which is just a list of header and a footer at the end and some contents in between. It's a pretty straightforward application. If I just take you to the activity main, it has only one recycler view, as you can see there. It only has one recycler view, and there is a simple adapter, and also I have created one model to recognize what is the header and what is the content, and so on and so forth. And there is also a model with the footer too. I don't know whether you can see that. If my why should I increase the font or anything like that. If you are watching from the mobile, it's going to be easy, I think. So if let me just increase the font, I hope it will be fine. So let me just increase the font by 20. Yeah, so I have this models here, as you can see that, which signifies what is header and what is content, and depending upon that I have created this adapter. So let me just take you to this adapter, and it will feel very similar, because I hope you guys are using the specific RecyclerView.adapter, and even some people may use the diffutil one too. But here I am, for the simplicity purpose, I am using just a RecyclerView adapter, which is a very simple adapter in this case. So it has three things here, as you can see, which signifies what are the types are like header, content, or footer. So I am recognizing this by the specific number here. So as you can see that there is a function that we need to override here, which is the get item view type, which basically where I'm taking the decision that if it is the header, then return this, if it is the content, return this, and so on and so forth. And on the bind view holder, I'm checking whether the specific holder is a header view holder, or the content view holder, or the footer view holder. It's a very straightforward adapter, and if you see this, this adapter may look a lot clean, but when you are going to work with a much more complex data, let me tell you, it's going to be very messy at some point of time. It's going to be super messy. So let me just tell you that it is going to be super messy. So the things that I'm gonna do here is I'm going to convert this adapter to a very beautiful implementation from the Epoxy. That's it. Using the Epoxy, I'm going to create this, I'm just going to totally remove this adapter. So you might be thinking, okay, I can remove this adapter and still work with it. Yes, surely you can with the Epoxy. So let me go ahead and take you some steps that you require to set up Epoxy on your application here. So you may try to go to the Epoxy GitHub. Whenever we go there, you can see that this library is there. So there is the library of this is the Epoxy from the Airbnb, and and they tell you, okay, you add these annotations, implementation annotation processor. So if you're wondering that how you will get access to the project that I'm currently working on, I'll be posting this on the GitHub. I will post the link after the live stream ended. I'll also put it on the link on the description of this video, so you can check that out from there too. And let me go ahead and show you that how you can set up epoxy with some very small dependency and all that. So let me go here, go ahead and take you to the build.gradle here, and as you can see there, we have some of the dependencies for the epoxy. The very important two are the Airbnb Android epoxy and this data binding. So as you can see that data binding is not really mandatory. If you are using epoxy, you can use the epoxy without even data binding too, but we are using the data binding to make our code look much cleaner. Let me tell you guys, if you are using the data binding with epoxy, it's going to make your life a lot simple. And that's why the title says that epoxy plus data binding, which is basically RecyclerView on steroids. So let me check that if people are really listening to me, so just send me something on the live chat if it is possible, because I'm not sure whether people are watching or just just played the video. So it will be very nice if you just send something on the live chat, and it will be motivating for me too. So with that, as you can see that we have also added the KPT, which is basically annotation processor that you need to do. You just need to copy and paste this, guys. You don't need to worry about it. And one very important thing that you need to do is you need to enable the data binding, and it's obvious. And the moment you enable data binding, you need to add this Kotlin KPT plugin, which is mandatory for the data binding. And also you need to add this KPT block where you say the correction error types equals to true, which basically required for the epoxy. Basically you're going to get some errors or warning while if you're not using this KPT correct error types. Okay, so that's about the build.gradle that you need to add. These are the dependencies that you can see here. I'll be providing everything. I'll be providing the whole project actually to the GitHub, so you can really download and see if everything is working or not. So Ashutosh Soni said, great video, keep going. Yeah, Punit Gulati says this. Okay, hi Punit. Frederico Duarte, hi Frederico. And Rakesh Kumar says, yes, we are listening and everything is visible fine. And Kritika Sultania, she is my colleague from the Code Logics. Hi Kritika, I hope you're enjoying this, and I talk a lot. You understand? Maybe you're seeing me after quite a long time. It's been the coronavirus and all that. It's shit. Let me just get rid of this thinking of coronavirus. So as you can see, and you need to add one more thing, guys. Here is the package-info.java, and this file you need to add on any structure on this Java here. As you can see that this is the Java folder that you can see on my project window, and I really prefer this file to be inside my root folder, the website, that name that is there, that is com.meteoroid.epoxy application that you see. And yeah, so this is our package info.java, and there is nothing much. You just need to add a annotation with the epoxy data binding pattern, where you just need to provide a r dot class, which basically this class does one thing, and one thing is that it will help your epoxy to find your layouts and perform some operations on them. That's it. That's the purpose of this class. You don't need to worry about it. You need to only set it only one time, and that everything is going to be in place after that. And there is also a layout prefix that you can add, which is basically will help epoxy to find out all the layouts which has the view_holder prefix on it. So if you are using if you are using some files which has a lot of view_holder in its prefix, so don't use this as a layout prefix on here, or you can use something like epoxy_layout, which I use a lot. I think Kritika can understand that. But here I am using the view_holder because view_holder makes a lot of sense here. So that's the only thing, and you just need to import this specific thing. That's the only thing, and and the package. That's it. It contains nothing else. So you can just copy and paste this. This is also in the documentation. If you just go there on the data binding, I think you will find it somewhere here. If you don't find it, they have some more details here, and you can go there and you can obviously check that out. So Yeah. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you the actual magic that you guys have been waiting for actually. So getting rid of this simple adapter here. So as you can see that, just look at this application right now, how it is looking. Yeah, it looks great. So I'm not going to delete the adapter right now, because I'm going to do some stuff from here as well, from the content view holder and the footer view holder too. So let me go ahead and do some changes with this name that you just see. So as you can see that any layout with the prefix view underscore holder will be recognized by Epoxy. So this is where our tutorial actually started, guys. So you just put in all the dependencies and all that, and you just need to add this prefix on your file. So let's go ahead and change our file name here. So you can put in shift F6. I don't really like to use the shift F6 actually. Okay, just do it. And just change the name to view underscore holder underscore content, and do the refactor. If you have a large project, I'd highly recommend you not to refactor like this. You can just go ahead to the refactor, then rename. No, sorry, not that. There is another thing. I think. Okay, just leave it. I just really hate this. I go sometime go to the file manager and try to edit the file name, because Android Studio always mess these things up. So there is our header, and also I need to change this to like the view underscore holder underscore header. So I'm just changing all the files to view underscore holder underscore something. So this is the prefix that I want. So don't change your activity to view underscore holder. Okay. You might be saying that, okay, if I do this everything is fine, right? No, it's not. You need to do one more step after that. You need to enable the data binding in your the XML file. So enabling data binding is very easy. If you haven't even worked with data binding, it is going to be very easy too. So you just hit the Alt Enter. Wherever you just put your cursor on the root tag here. So I'm just putting it here on the linear layout, and I'm just Alt Enter here. Then you can see that convert to data binding layout, and you just click it, and it will automatically enable the data binding for your .xml. That's the beauty. Okay, so I'm just doing it for the every classes, and for the header too. Okay, so everything is fine. Okay, so I'm done here pretty much. Okay, so I need to do some specific things. Okay, so I'm done till that. So till then, let me just change a lot of different thing, which is very important, is that RecyclerView that you are seeing here. I'm actually using the Android.RecyclerView here, which is basically a part of the material that I have added to my dependencies. So I'm going to change this to Epoxy RecyclerView. Okay, so this is where actual magic starts. You just convert your RecyclerView to Epoxy RecyclerView, and yeah, Epoxy RecyclerView by default work with the horizontal scrolling. And if you just add this layout manager that you can see here, let me just full screen it. So as you can see there, I have added a layout manager, which basically enforce the epoxy to make it a linear like that, like which top to bottom list scroll that you see. So yeah, that's it. You just convert your RecyclerView to Epoxy RecyclerView. That's fine. After that, you need to do one more thing, is if you just type in RecyclerView, that is basically your Epoxy RecyclerView here, and Epoxy RecyclerView has one method called WithModels. So if you just go there, it is a function in the Epoxy RecyclerView. You don't need to worry about that. So that's the first thing. I'm showing you something you can directly implement it in a project if you want. So I highly recommend you to test it out with a dummy project first, then you use it on your own project, or if you have a live project that you want to, or if you face some problem, you can always message me. So this WithModels will give you a epoxy controller that you can see here, and if you don't even understand that what's going on here, you don't need to. That's it. I'm honestly saying. And then you can just take this SimpleModels here, which is basically a list of data in our case. And after that, you need to do a very important step, which I always always forget this. The thing that you need to do is rebuild your project here. Rebuilding is very important because you are dealing with the data binding. That's it. Data binding is like that. You need to rebuild your project so that the files that is needed for the epoxy is auto generated. So let me just type in something for you, and as you can see that I have I'm trying to write content here. Okay, it is giving me something called content. That's beautiful. And what is that actually? So let me just open my project window here. As you can see that view underscore holder underscore content. Okay, then view underscore holder underscore footer, then view underscore holder underscore header. So you just try to remove all this view underscore holder from your mind, and just put in the content, put in the whatever after that view holder. So just I'm trying to write footer, it is available for you. If you write like header, it is also available for you. But how you are going to use it, and how it is going to be displayed like this in a very beautiful manner that we can see right now. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. So just remove everything, and I'm going to get rid of this recycler view and setting up adapter and all that. Okay, I have totally removed all this thing. Okay, so I'm going to get all the simple model here, and I need to put in my logic there. So I'm going to go into my SimpleAdapter here, and I'm going to check when it is basically gives you a type which is nothing but type of header content. So I can recognize that what type it is, the list I will be showing. So I'm going to see that if it is a type of content, sorry, let me handle the header first. So if it is a type of header, then I'm going to display the header here. It's damn beautiful. See how beautiful it is. So you just need to write in, if it is a content, I will be displaying content here. If it is a footer, I'll be displaying footer here. So that's it. You just need to do anything else. So if you're liking this so far, please comment on the live chat. Isn't it beautiful? Just say that it's beautiful. So I want to see that if people find it useful or not. So that's the thing, and that you need to do. If you are using header, then you just need to do this content for content, footer for footer. And see, look at your code. It's so much beautiful, right? Isn't it? So I highly recommend if people will comment. I just want to see that if people are enjoying or not. Even if you're not, just like give me some feedback so I can improve later. And okay, so after that I need to add something, some more information here. So let me just go to the let me just tackle the header first. So if I go to the header, where is it? So I'm going inside the header. So the moment you enable data binding, it also had add a data block here where you can declare variable. Okay, that's a very beautiful thing. So I can add the variable name as header name. You can name it anything, so it will be a type of string. Okay, and this is a header, and I need this item to be taken from this variable. So I can set the text as head name. That's it. Okay, so and for the footer I can do the same. So I can take a variable here, I can take a name of footer name, and make it string. There we go. That's it. Kritika says, keep going, brother. Okay, Ashutosh Soni, give me a thumbs up. Rakesh Kumar, it's beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful. So this is the footer name, and here in the text view I'm going to add this as a footer name. That's how we actually use the data binding, and if you have experience with data binding, you are going to get it very easily. And if you don't even understand that, that's okay. You just need to declare a variable name here, like we do, but it is in the XML form, and you can just set the variable here, but you just need to put in that at and these parentheses, so that the XML file can understand, okay, it is the data binding variable that you are trying to use as this text view text here. So that's it. And let me just change the content here too. So But for the content I'm going to do something a little different, because you might be thinking, okay, I'm passing only the string. What if I want to pass a whole object, and suppose there are 3-4 contents like an image, view, and also some text, username, first name, last name, and everything's a lot of things are there. So it is not really relevant for you to take multiple variables. You can even use take a whole object in that case. So in this case we are going to take the variable of the simple model here. So I'm going to take that simple model. Okay, so I just took the variable as the simple model. So what I can do here, I can directly go to the content here. Okay, now how I will set this is very like before, I will call the simple model dot, and you can access all the variables inside this simple model. So I'm going to take this content and I'm going to set it here. Okay, that's it. Okay, so after that let me just how I will set this variable is a very actual question is that you need to set these variables up, because these variables are just there. This does not know what will be the footer name and what will be the header name and so on. So the thing that you need to do is go to your main activity here, and in the header, if but you need to rebuild first. Don't just remember that if you update something in the XML, and if it is a data binding and you're dealing with variable and things like that, just rebuild your project. Okay, so the moment you go to the header, and you can type in whatever the name was. So that was header name, that's it. So you can find this specific method as a specific variable name as a method here. So Epoxy actually create this method for you, so you don't need to do anything else. So as you can see that it is a part of your project, but it is automatically generated by Epoxy, so you don't need to worry about that. So you can pass in your header name here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take it from the simple model here. So let me just name it something like data, because or model, because it's very confusing to use the it sometime. It does not make some sense a lot of the time. So yeah, so I'm getting the model from here, and I'm just trying to set it on my header here. That's very beautiful. And also for the content, I can search for the simple model. That's what our content is taking, right? So I can pass in the whole model here. That's it. And for the footer, this is taking the footer name, I guess. Footer name, yeah, that was the name. If you just check it on the on this here, let me just take you there. Okay, this is the name, footer name. So it's the same name that you see here. This is footer name. So you can pass in any string here. I'm gonna pass in my content from the model.content, and I'm going to try to make the content look similar like our the SimpleAdapter, which was taking the position and concatenating with the content here. So what I will do here, I will just copy this specific thing, but how I will get the position here so you just need to do it for each indexed. So it will give you the position too if you just write it here. So it will give you the position. It will basically returns the index, so you can work with it. So what I will do here is I will concatenate the header as you can see there with this specific text. So this is our text will be, so the position. So let me just name it position, so I think it will be easier for me. So position, so okay, so this is the thing that I'm passing here, and also I will be taking data from I'm just concatenating data, guys. There is nothing fancy. So yeah, that's what I did. That's what we did actually here too. So I'm just taking the data from the specific position of this simple list, and I'm just taking the content and concatenating here in the header. And also for the content, I am just taking a number as a position. I am also concatenating. This is I did for the purpose of showing that all the data are different actually. So also I'm gonna do this. Because this thing takes a model, I'm not going to do concatenation all that stuff here, because I can directly do it inside our footer header here too, like in our case here. So I can do it if I want, but I'm not going to make it complicated here. So let's leave it as it is. And for the footer, I'm just going to copy and paste something from here too. So I'm going to just take the position from here, and I'm going to concatenate it here. uh, okay, so yeah, that's it. So till then everything is fine, everything is going really well. And let me just run it for you. And Shudipta Bhattacharya says that it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, brother. uh, he's also from one of my colleague from our office. Thank you so much for tuning in too. A lot of people is, you know, okay, 9 people are still there. It's I didn't expect, 9 people at least. It's nice to see. So the application has been installed. Okay, so we get an error here. We get an error, and one thing you should not forget when you are using the epoxy is you need to set IDs for this. So epoxy can relate to it that what kind of data, which data where we need to put in. So epoxy internally manage these IDs, so you need to pass in the specific ID, because diffutil has been automatically internally handled by the epoxy. If you don't know what diffutil is, you can ignore it, but diffutil is there. Diffutil is helps you to make your RecyclerView a lot faster whenever you are editing some data from your model and you want your RecyclerView to update that data and all that. Suppose you're deleting some of the data from your model and your RecyclerView wants to, and you want some animation when the data has been deleted from your list. Yeah, that's beautiful animation that you guys see sometime. So these are automatically handled if you are using epoxy. That can be done with our list adapter too, but I think it involves a lot of boilerplates and all that, so I don't really recommend. So you need to add a ID here. I really prefer this ID. As you can see there, this takes any kind of things like long chart sequence, anything you can put in. But I really like this ID to be something from the model here, but we didn't. But unfortunately, we didn't take anything in our model. But in your in real life scenarios, your models will have IDs. I really like this ID concept here, because suppose you are using some data from the web service or anything like that. So you can really use and leverage that ID, because suppose a web service send you the same object again and again, that will be automatically replaced, and also with the beautiful animation too. So these are the kind of things that you're going to get if you're using epoxy for free. So yeah, and I can put in some, so I can put the position as an ID, because the position will be different for this different layouts here. So let me go ahead and run it. I think it should run now. I think without any problem it should run. So as you can see that the application has been run here. So let me just run it again. Yeah, everything is working fine. As you can see that it is taking the position from here, which is basically a 0th position here, and also the category 1, which is basically the content that I'm getting from here, which is the category 1. Then the then you can see the lorem ipsum, then you can see this DASD, and the header has been created automatically here, and also this header, and at the end you can see this footer. But the beautiful thing that we can do here with this thing is I can safely go ahead and delete this SimpleAdapter, which is not really simple. So let's go ahead and delete this. Oh, sorry for that. So because I'm excited while deleting adapters from my project always. I really hate adapters right now. So this is the thing. You may think that okay, there are a lot of code I have been written. No, it's not actually. If we are using with the multiple view holders, where suppose it has some recycler view, like some recycler view that you can scroll horizontally, some recycler views are the one recycler view contains multiple recycler view, and that recycler view have some different kind of view models, and lot of different kind of, see that the application you see on the Play Store, the Play Store, and some Ghana, Spotify, this kind of application uses and leverage this kind of very complex UI logic in their application. So it is a very beautiful thing if you use the epoxy. Till then, if you like the video, just say something that yes, I liked it, or give thumbs up, anything. Just give in the live chat. I'll be very happy and motivated, because this is the first time I'm live streaming, guys. And if you have any question, you can just throw me in, so I will try to answer this everything. I didn't try to go in depth with the epoxy, because I just wanted to just show you how in the scratch, how you can with the simple setup, how you can set up epoxy on your project and work with it. That's a very beautiful thing that you can do with your projects. I highly recommend using the epoxy. I'm not promoting epoxy like this, but it is worth promoting actually. So If you haven't tried out Epoxy, I highly recommend. Guys, I'm still asking you that if you have any question, you can throw me in the live chat, so I'll be happy to answer that. Because I'm not really any Epoxy ninja or RecyclerView ninja, but I'll still try to answer your queries if there is anything. So till then, let me just show you something else. So you might be wondering how I will take clicks from specific layout to the from this specific layout. So let me go ahead and show you that. I had no plans to show this, but still I'm showing it. Okay, so suppose in the whenever we will click on the content, it will take me somewhere, but we are not using any recycler views. Let me just listen to me, just listen to me, that this is the content that I'm using. So there are multiple contents here that you can see there. Okay, so most of the time what happens, whenever we're going to click on this content, it will take me to some pages or show me some dialogue or anything like that. Some action will happen, but we are not using adapter here. And if we are using adapter, the best practice is to take the click listener from the adapter to your fragment or activity. Just take it back there and handle this. But the beauty is we are using directly using this specific thing on our fragment, or sorry, our in our case it is activity. So we can directly handle the click here. So how we are going to do this, let me just show you with a very simple code. You can just add a on-click listener to it. Yeah, there is no on-click listener like this. You can't really put in something like that. So I'm just going to go to my content layout, which is the view underscore holder underscore content that you can see here. Okay, after that I'm going to take one more variable. Yes, that's a variable. So everything you are going to work with this on-click listener to anything like that. Suppose you are using the swipe refresh layout, you can do this here too with the swipe refresh listener. In our case, I'm gonna take a variable name as on-click content. This is a variable name, you can name it anything, and the variable will be on-click listener. Make sure you are taking the on-click listener from the android.view.view classes, otherwise it can go mess up your things. So just make sure the type is right. So this is the on-click content. Now you can find this specific model here, and it is obvious, but you need to rebuild your project. Don't forget that. I didn't forget. Most of the time I actually forget, but in the live stream I'm not forgetting. I don't know. It's very beautiful. Okay, Rakesh Kumar also thumbs me up very much. Thank you so much, Rakesh. So this is the on-click content, and you just need to do it, and there we go. So this is like a set on-click listener, which basically returns a view here. This is nothing but a view. It is a basic on-click listener that happens. Whenever you are using the dot on-click listener, you are going to get the same thing here. But we are not going to use the view here, so I am underscoring it. That's the Kotlin, beautiful Kotlin things. I like Kotlin. So in this case, we are going to toast something. Suppose because we are not creating any. I forgot how to make toast. So this will be our main activity, and I need to toast something from the, suppose, our model dot content. That the content I'll try to post here. So the toast dot length short dot show. I think there was a short extension to use it. I forgot. Anyways, so this is our toast. Whenever we are going to click on the content, it is going to toast the content. That's it. So how we really use this toast, let me just show you. I'm here in our content here. So you just need to add the variable with a specific name. You can name it anything. You just need to the type needs to be a on-click listener, and you just need to set it here, and it will be the callback. You will get it here. So let me just go to our application here and try to click on this specific lorem dmb. I don't know what is it. So just click on it. Okay, it's not working. Okay, why it's not working? So if you declare a variable, you need to set it. That's the thing that you need to do. You must need to set this. So I'm just going to hit the on click here, and you just need to set it here. So that's the thing. On click will take an on click listener. It's obvious. So in our case, I just passed this on click content here, and let me just run it again, and I hope this time it will work. So yeah, so this is our epoxy application. Let me just click on this again, dmb ssg sebi. So there we go. This is our toast. Yeah, isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it is I really like it. So this is how we actually do, use the on-click listener too, and you don't need to pass it around like we need to pass it from the adapter to our activity or fragment whenever you're dealing with the adapter and anything like that. You can do a lot of powerful things with epoxy, guys. I'm not going to tell you everything in this video because the live stream will be much more longer than, because it is almost 35 minutes, and I just want to stop there, and if I'm going to access some question if there is to. So uh, Rakesh Kumar has this question: how do we handle on click listener? I think I show this right now. I hope you like it, and this is great library, good work. Me too. Shrita Bhattacharya said yes, same thing you said then. Kritika Sultania said I love Kotlin too. Yeah, same here. There is nothing to hate in Kotlin. Ashutosh Soni said, I remove item at some position. Can you show an example? Thanks. I just joined now. Can you tell me where I can learn latest Android features? At most courses contains outdated process. I think you should, there are a lot of Mitch Tibian is a YouTuber that you can follow him. He's a very good YouTuber, and also there is a Coordinate Flow. These are the two YouTuber I recommend in the tech or Android specific community, or you can follow the Mindocs. Mindocs has great blogs in Android. If you want to stay updated, I highly recommend you go to the Mindocs. And also Ashutosh Soni said remove item at some position. Can you show an example? uh, okay, so let me just show you that example if you have asked. So let me just show you. So how I can show you? I'm going to show this example in a very bad way. This is not going to be preferable in some other cases, but I'm going to quickly show you how this happens. So I can't really go. I don't want to go in depth. I'm just going to change this list to a mutable list so I can really update the data in it. So this is our mutable list. And whenever we click on this on click content, I'm going to delete this specific content here. So this is how I'm going to do, and I hope it will answer. You will get your answer in this case, isn't it? Who asked this? Ashutosh Soni. Okay, so let me just remove our say specific thing from this model. So SimpleModels dot remove at. So I'm just gonna give this position here. So I'm going to remove the specific model from this model class here, and I'm also toasting the specific thing here. So just let me toast it first, then remove it. So let me just go ahead and run it and see what happens. Let me go ahead and click here. This as you can see that it toasted, but it didn't really removed anything from our view. And honestly speaking, this is removed from our model, but it is not actually removing from our view. And if you are using RecyclerView for a quite long time, there is a method called notify dataset changed, but we don't have anything like that here. So what we need to do, because we don't have any adapter, how can we call the notify dataset changed? You missed that, right? So what we are going to do here, we just need to call this specific method here with models. That's it. Okay, isn't it too simple? So let me just go ahead and create one more method here called list show list or populate list. Okay, I will take a list here which will be a list of which will be a mutable list of simple model, and I'm going to cut and paste it everything from here to here. There is no drastic changes, guys, so don't worry about it. And I'm just going to change it. I'm going to name it simple models, so it will be very much easy for me. So this is our simple model, and I just need to call this method here, simple models. Who asked this question? Let me just see. Okay, Ashutosh Soni. Okay, so Ashutosh, I hope you're following. So I'm just extracted out this specific thing on a separate function here. Okay, so the moment I remove it, I just need to call this specific populate list here. So I'm just gonna call the populate list with this simple models. This is how we don't do it actually, because I can't really show it with this dummy model here. So let me just go ahead and run it and see how it works. Okay, I hope it will work. I hope. I'm not sure. Am I? So yeah, so as you can see there, we have everything. So I'm just going to click on this, and there we go. It removed. Okay, beautiful. This also removed. So as you can see there, whenever I click on it, it is going to remove it. See the animation, it looks beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be there. The animation is going to be there for free for you. And so there are some, there I can feel that there's some problem with the IDs too, but I don't want to, you know, do anything like that here. I hope it answered your question, Ronak, sorry, Ashutosh. And if everyone, for everyone, if you like today's live streaming and if you want to do the same thing, you know, in future, so just let me know in the comments below. I hope today's video was helpful for you. And if you have any questions or doubt, because I'm going to stop the live streaming right now. So if you have any doubt, you can just comment below or message me on any of my social handles. And if you want to learn RX Java, we have a whole playlist here. You can go ahead and just check it out. And if you want to make some contents on various different things, you can just message me, or you can message me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you feel like. I'm everywhere actually. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope everything was well. So yeah, let's go ahead and stop the live streaming now. Thank you so much for tuning in.